To preface this is my opinion on what is the greatest tag team match in WrestleMania history. So there are many other examples, but this is my personal best tag team match in WrestleMania history. And it's actually a fairly common one that everyone will quote, and it's TLC 2 at WrestleMania 17 between the Hardys, Edge and Christian, and the Dudley Boys. It's very hard to top another fantastic match. Like a sequel match, it's hard to top it. It's only a handful of examples, in my opinion. Triple H and The Undertaker, which was in my other video you should check out. Rock and Cena 2 was probably better than Rock and Cena 1. Other than that, it's very hard to top the original match. But honestly, when I watched this for the first time when I was younger, absolutely mind blown. I've gotten older. I'm a little bit more concerned about safety now when it comes to wrestlers. So with that in mind, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about it. But also, it is one of the most innovative matches, and it has some of the most iconic spots in wrestling history. WWE history at the very least, but wrestling history as well. The one I in particularly remember, and I think everyone knows it, is when Jeff Hardy is holding onto the belt, swinging above the ring, and is speared out of the sky by Edge. Which, looking at the way Hardy lands, I'm like, oh my god, please never do something like that again. But it was incredible. Another really notable spot was Rhino decimating Spike Dudley on the outside. Those two weren't even in the match, and they were just doing madness. This match really, obviously TLC 1 was great as well, and the ladder match they had at Mania the year prior was great as well. But this TLC 2 was, they'd found their footing with the TLC/ladder format, and they were really innovating. All three teams literally, as JR says, put their bodies on the line, and it is just incredible to see the crowd reaction to that. Obviously, crowds are always hot in the early 2000s, but this was just incredible, next level. Like, it is surprising to see the match that followed. I think Austin said in an interview, I think in one of his Broken Skull sessions, he was like, we were like, how are we going to follow this up? How are we going to follow that insane triple threat ladder match? Obviously, Rock and Austin was a fantastic match, but still, it's like, how do you follow something so innovative, something so crowd catching, something that's never really been done before? I know the match had been done before, but this was like, the things they were doing, the way they were willing to risk everything to put on this amazing show for all the people in attendance and watching at home. It's like, listen, I love tag team wrestling. I think tag team wrestling is my favorite form of wrestling, and it's just, oh my god, like it wasn't just hardcore, it was hardcore with storytelling, and that was amazing. And obviously all three teams are Hall of Fame worthy. Obviously they're just I'm lost for words. I can't do a match like this justice by talking about it. Obviously, if you have the network, go and check it out, or Peacock, and if you're in the US and maybe Canada, and you've not seen this, or if you've not seen it in a long time, go back and watch it. Obviously, I do say viewer discretion, because oh my god, if you're like me and you're looking at some of the bumps that like kind of like knocks the wind out of me, keep that in mind. Also, I'm pretty sure they kind of destroy Lita as well, so if you're like me, you're also like, don't know how I feel about that. But also the chair shots to the head, oh my god. But even with that in mind, I was hard pressed to find a match what I thought was like one could call the best tag match. There's a Heart Foundation match which was really good, but it's difficult to top something that was as influential as this as well. I mean, nowadays they do fantastic things with ladders, and I love that the wrestlers are safer now than they were then. But it's just, if you think of a TLC match, this is the first match that comes to mind, regardless of how many competitors, and I think that's why this match is so fantastic. It has the legacy to last forever. It is going down in the annals of history. So let me know what you think is the best WrestleMania tag match. Is it the Rock and Sock versus Evolution? It's not a bad match. Oh, is it? No, that's a SummerSlam match with the Fabulous Blue Shows. But yeah, let me know what you think down below. Check out my best men's singles match that I thought it'll be here or somewhere around me. And our next video in our WrestleMania series will be what I think is the best women's match in WrestleMania history. Let me know what you think that is down below.